Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Yeah. Oh, so interesting thing. So, well, this isn't Thor's, but the hammer, Mjolnir, um, Thor's hammer pin that people wear. It's a protection amulet. Yeah. It's directly linked to the story of Thor beating up a serpent monster in the sea. You know, dragon-like serpent monster thing. So it's directly linked to that, but it represents that the monster was the chaos of the world, and he beat it with the hammer to protect the people and to protect the world, protect the boat of people. So it's worn as a protection amulet to protect you from the chaos of the world. Yeah, just thought I'd throw that in there since I discovered that recently. All right, Amazon. Flash briefing.
Jamie, here's the latest from your flash briefing.
Cool.
In NPR News.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Janine Herbst. Russian aviation authorities say the Wagner mercenary chief, Yevgeny Prigozhin, was among 10 people aboard a plane that crashed northwest of Moscow on Wednesday, leaving no survivors. But authorities have not publicly identified any of the remains recovered from the crash site. That crash comes 2 months after Prigozhin led a failed mutiny against the Russian military leadership. NPR's Charles Maynes reports neither the Kremlin nor Russian President Vladimir Putin have commented on the incident.
Flight tracking data showed the business jet making a routine flight from Moscow to St. Petersburg before suddenly losing altitude a little over 30 minutes into its journey. Witness video appears to capture the plane hurtling towards the ground with one of its wings severed. Russian aviation authorities say Wagner mercenary leader Yevgeny Prigozhin was among 10 people on the flight. Authorities have not yet issued any statements confirming his death or cause of the crash. Yet overnight, mourners began leaving flowers at a makeshift memorial outside the Wagner headquarters in St. Petersburg. Charles Maynes, NPR News, Moscow.
Former President Donald Trump is set to surrender to authorities in Georgia today on charges he tried to overturn the 2020 presidential election in that state. Today's booking process will also yield a mugshot of a former president. Meanwhile, Trump didn't attend the GOP's first debate held in Milwaukee last night. Sarah McCammon has more.
Candidates tried to stay focused mostly on issues other than the former president. When it comes to policies, one of the biggest splits we heard was actually over abortion. Of course, an issue that could be a real liability for Republicans next year in a post-war environment. There were some intense exchanges also around Ukraine, with both Pence and Haley strongly arguing for continued funding. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said he would not commit to more funding unless European countries do the same.
NPR's Sarah McCammon reporting. Officials in Hawaii say it will take time to identify the remains of those killed on Maui by recent wildfires. DNA samples from relatives of those unaccounted for are being used in the forensic process. At least 115 people died. More than 1,000 are listed as missing. NPR's Kirk Sigler has more.
Commander Frank Sebastian is leading a federal team of more than 24 forensic pathologists, dentists, and coroners mobilized here from around the country to help the overwhelmed Maui County Coroner's Office. It's often insurmountable work trying to identify what bodies have even been recovered.
In this case, that's a pretty difficult task due to the condition of the remains. When you're dealing with burns, you have a lot of destruction of tissue, and it becomes a very painstaking process to kind of reassemble that.
Sebastian says teams will work as long as is necessary to return people to their loved ones. Kirk Sigler, NPR News, Maui.
Wall Street's trading in negative territory at this hour. The Dow is down 136, the Nasdaq
so
down
much
120.
ash, man. Just like
A court in Moscow has again extended the detention of the Wall Street Journal reporter arrested last spring for another 3 months. Evan Griskovich was arrested in March on charges of espionage, but Russian authorities provided no evidence. The FSB intelligence agency filed a request to extend his detention as he awaits trial. The Biden administration and the Kremlin are in talks to find a solution which could involve a prisoner swap, but so far there's apparently been little progress. The Biden administration is proposing a new national marine sanctuary off the California coast. It's the first to be spearheaded by a Native American tribe. NPR's Lauren Summer has more.
The ocean off Central California is known for rich kelp forests and marine life. It also holds sacred sites for the Chumash Nation. Almost 10 years ago, tribal members proposed it for a new marine sanctuary. The Biden administration has now released a final proposal for more than 5,000 square miles of ocean, the final step before its creation. The sanctuary would be co-managed with tribal members, part of a growing push the administration is making to restore indigenous management on public lands. The proposal would also allow for underwater transmission cables, which could be needed as California pushes to build offshore wind farms. Lauren Summer, NPR.
How many years they tried that?
KUOW, part of the NPR network.
Oh, now she gonna act.
Support comes from Neil Kelly, Design, Build, Remodel.
Amazon. Skip.
I can't skip while you're listening live.
Oh,
Home remodeling
okay.
services in the Pacific Northwest for over 75 years, with award-winning designers, seasoned project managers, and skilled craftspeople. Schedule a complimentary design consultation at neilkelly.com.
Stocks are trading lower on Wall Street at this hour. The Dow was down 124 points. This is NPR.
This is KUOW News. I'm Angela King. Washington State is about to receive approximately $80 million to help homeowners pay for heat pumps. As KUOW's John Ryan reports, it's all part of a national push toward climate-friendly energy.
This is a sound that utilities and governments want to hear a lot more of. It's a heat pump being installed. Heat pumps can both heat and cool a home without burning any fossil fuels. Liz Reichart is with the Washington Department of Commerce.
Folks will be able to close their windows during wildfires. So to me, that's a very urgent short-term need for getting this kind of technology out there.
Heat pumps can easily cost 10 or 20 grand. Many local utilities and governments offer rebates to trim the upfront cost a bit, and there's a federal income tax credit available.
Yeah, that
Bigger
sounds
federal
so
and state rebates are in the
cost-effective
works, but they probably won't be available until the middle of next year. John Ryan, KUOW News.
And go to KUOW.org to see the list
people
of
ain't
heat
interested
pump
in
rebates.
wasting all that money.
A wildfire warning has been issued today for people living on the western slopes of the Cascades, and now Eastside Fire and Rescue in Issaquah is teaching neighbors how to prevent and survive these fires.
What our program does is look at all of those points of vulnerability. Could you remove that landscape bark and put in gravel instead? That helps encourage people to make those changes, and it helps them pay for it.
That's Kat Robinson, who works on wildfire mitigation for Eastside Fire and Rescue, which is helping those who live near forested areas fireproof their yards. And they're reminding people, since conditions can change in seconds, do not wait, evacuate if you see a fire approaching. Finally, the community healing space is returning to the Rainier Beach Safeway parking lot for the first time this Friday since someone shot and wounded 5 people during a gathering in July. We'll have more on this at 9 o'clock. This is KUOW News.
Support for KUOW comes from STG, presenting the OJs, Last Stop on the Love Train, the final tour, October 19th at the Paramount Theater. Tickets available this Friday at stgpresents.org.
And from the King County Bar Association Lawyer Referral Service, providing the public with referrals to vetted attorneys in all areas of law for over 60 years. More information.
Skip.
I can't skip while you're listening live.
This referral service at kcba.org/LRS.
Support for NPR comes from this station and
Skip.
I can't skip while you're listening.
They're not gonna
live.
let you skip commercials anymore.
Fox, streaming new and original British series starring Succession's Matthew McFadden and Game of Thrones' Gemma Whalen. Available at BritBox.com/NPR. From Indeed, a hiring platform designed to streamline the hiring process. Indeed works to help businesses attract, interview, and hire candidates in one place. More at Indeed.com/NPR.
Candidates who care.
And from listeners like you who donate to this NPR station.
I don't donate. Ha ha ha! Joke's on you.
It's Morning Edition from NPR News.
No,
I'm
it's
Layla
not.
Fulton.
Amazon. Off. Amazon. What's new with NASA?
Live from NPR News in Washington,
Amazon.
I'm Janine
Off. Amazon. What is new with NASA?
Donald Trump drops by the Fulton
Really?
County
Amazon.
Jail in Georgia.
Off. Amazon. What's going on with NASA?
Japan began releasing water from the damaged Fukushima
Amazon.
nuclear plant.
Off. Amazon. What is NASA?
The National Aeronautics and Space Administration is
she
an
knows what we're
independent
talking
agency
about.
of the U.S. federal government responsible for the civil space
Okay.
program, aeronautics research, and space research.
Now that you know. Amazon. What is new with NASA?
The Arkansas Department of Education
that don't
pulled
sound right.
course credits
Amazon.
for advanced.
Off. Amazon, tell us a joke.
Why did the tuna cross the road? Just for the halibut.
Oh, so you're just being a butt today. You cursing at us, not giving us NASA. Whatever. All right. Have a great Thursday. Alexa is.